What is up everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your first time here. My name is Hope, and today's video is something that I am very excited for. A couple weeks ago, whenever I went to the Pittsburgh Freaky Fair, I had met a tarot card reader there. I got a reading from them and it was amazing. I loved it. I really liked the tarot card reader. They just gave off a really good vibe. So after the Freaky Fair, I actually went and found them on Facebook. I got in contact with them and I asked if they would be willing to film a video with me. So that is what we are doing today. I'm going to get a personal tarot card reading. I personally want to learn how to do tarot card readings and get my own deck and all of that sort of stuff. So maybe they will be able to help me and give me some advice for that kind of stuff. Also, just a heads up, their name is Cheyenne and they go by they, them pronouns, so please be respectful of that in the comments below. But yeah, next time you guys see me, I will be with Cheyenne. Okay, so I am here with Cheyenne. They are the tarot card reader that I previously talked about. We're going to do a 10 card reading and yeah, that's kind of it. Is there anything that you want to say?
Yeah, hi, my name is Cheyenne. I am a professional tarot reader. I have my own business called Smoky Quartz Magic and Divination based out of Pittsburgh, PA. I do readings, I do Reiki, I do magic stuff, I do all sorts of really cool things and mainly work online and can do in-person stuff as well. And we met at a really awesome event that takes place in Pittsburgh called the Freaky Fair that I was reading at, and that was a really cool day. It was a good day.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I like that. Awesome. Okay. Ooh.
So yeah, what I'm gonna do today is a pretty standard reading that most people that read tarot know. It's pretty much one of the biggest ones. It's called a Celtic Cross. And so the first couple of cards are just sort of like a snapshot of where you are right now and where you've been recently, and then the rest of it is about moving forward. Okay. So I figured that would be a pretty good reading for today.
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome. So what I'm gonna have you do is cut the cards. You can attempt to shuffle if you would like. Yeah. Make it one deck. That's all I need is one solid deck, and we'll see what we get. Okay. So this very first card is basically the card of you, where you are right now. And what I got is the 10 of Cups. Cups are the element of water, which is all about your emotional life and how things are working out in that way. And 10s are a big number of cycles coming to completion out of the fact that you have literally gained everything you possibly can out of the situation. And a lot of times it can just mean that the circle has completed. It doesn't mean that it needs to be over. It's just that you have achieved everything that you can. Sometimes that does, as you start to turn over, be like, wow, this is the same thing over and over. It can begin to get a little bit excessive. So sometimes it comes up in places where it's like, okay, I get that we're at the end of the cycle and maybe there's some pushing towards needing to go in a different way. To go over top of that is a card that is considered the crux. So this is sort of what is causing things in your life to feel the way that they do. And the 9 of Wands in reverse is a card of, yeah, you definitely are to the end of a cycle of things, and wow, there's a lot. It's just, there's so much to it. There's baggage, there's leftover things, there's hurt feelings, there's people that probably you don't really need in your life anymore, and things
I feel like I know exactly what the situation is.
So yeah, things aren't bad. The 10 of Cups showing up is always a good thing. That means from an emotional standpoint, you definitely have a lot of the things that you need, but there's just all this external just crap that's added on top of everything that's kind of clouding up the works, that's making things hard. So this next card is your Crown card, and that's about where your head is at, where you're thinking and things along those lines. So you got the Knight of Pentacles. Pentacles are the earth sign and deal with house, home, finances, material, practical things. And the Knight of Pentacles is all about going out and getting that money. This is a card that's very much like, I have a bit of a plan about moving forward, and whether that's about what you want your home life to look like, or work, or things of that nature, but definitely being focused on being like, yep, I'm ready to move ahead and really start getting to a place where in that way I can find stability. So your head is definitely thinking about the future in that way.
Yes, absolutely.
And for your root card about what feels right, you got the Sun, which is one of the absolute best cards in the deck. It is literally what gives light, what gives life. And so this is definitely a thing of like, from a rooted standpoint of where you're feeling comfortable right now, looking towards what does really feel right and feels like is getting you into a good place, that you are thriving, that you are growing, is definitely, so you're really focused on moving forward into something that's going to be ultra fulfilling and really looking for what you actually want. That's important to you at a root level, at a stability level, and your head is like, okay, now it's the time to figure out how to make that happen.
Yeah.
Because you've got this really good energy about all of this. It's just definitely like making sure those two level out. You've definitely got some nice, happy feelings that maybe your head is trying to be a little bit more pragmatic about than maybe what your gut feeling is telling you. So your gut is like, yay, let's just go forward and do awesome things. And your head's like, we got to figure this out first.
Yeah, that's very, very accurate.
Awesome. So one last card about your past, and then after this card, everything else will be about the future.
Okay.
So the past card that I got for you is the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is a card about cleaning up other people's messes. And so it's definitely a situation where, of course, you care. Of course, you want to be helpful, and you want to be someone that is known for being able to pick up messes and help people in those ways. So yeah, when this card does show up, it's usually that people are carelessly leaving things behind that you then have to deal with. If nobody else does it, it's not going to get done, and that's why you're in the situation you're in. So for the card about what's in your immediate future, we've got the Four of Pentacles reversed. So again, Pentacles, home, hearth, health, things along those lines. The Four of Pentacles is a really strong card about building a home. Like literally, this is exactly the four walls that I want to contain myself in. And having that in reverse is a good indicator of not having a really firm plan about what home looks like anymore. And so that's not necessarily a bad thing to get. Just because you don't know what you want your home base to look like right now, that can be looked at as just a lot of potential. Of like, yay, I get to decide what my home looks like after this. So, okay, so that is kind of the snapshot part of this. And then we're going to do the staff, which will give you a whole bunch of insight about the future.
Awesome.
So, forward thinking, the Chariot, now is the time to go.
Awesome.
You have some good energy behind you about moving forward in a way that is in your own control. Because not only is the Chariot, I mean, of course there's the power of the two horses pulling it, but there's somebody in control of it, and that's you. So any forward momentum you're feeling is absolutely a good thing, and is definitely something that you get to have a say about. And I think definitely with that Four of Pentacles reverse, even with it being in reverse, that's a really great sort of thing where it's like, yep, you're definitely heading in a direction to start forming what your world looks like, but it's completely on your terms. Everything about this, just several things, like the fact that the sun showed up, and a lot of these other cards, you have a lot of things that are about your decision of things, how your view, what the world looks like when you are happy. So, how the world sees you. You've got the Lover's card. So this is a card that's is a lot about happy relationships, but it doesn't necessarily have to just be about that. It's a card of balance. It's a card of feeling complete. And so, you know, if you are finding that in a relationship, awesome. That's awesome. If it's more from just a self standpoint where it's just like, yeah, you definitely have things together. You feel like you are really in touch with what's going on. Are you in a relationship?
I am not.
Okay. I am always very happy when the Lovers show up from a kind of self-love standpoint where it's like, you know what? I'm okay right now. I've got what I need. I'm fulfilled. I'm in a good place. It's a really good place to be, especially when thinking, you know, it's with the kind of momentum that even just this shift, this side of the reading is really kind of stagnant, whereas this is already from an energy standpoint. This is fire, that is water. There's a couple of different things that are already showing that it's like you are beginning to start winding up to be moving more. General card about what you need to know moving forward is the Knight of Wands. So your head is over here being like, I'm the person who has to move forward to make my practical world exist the way I want it to. This is a card letting you know that it's going to be a bigger shift about keeping up with fire energy, because wands are fire energy. So that's the kind of creative ambition, your will, things to move forward with. And so this is definitely a card being like, you are gonna find something that's gonna make you wanna really take off. And so getting things in a good sense that way is a great thing to be doing right now, because you're going to need energy to be able to move forward at a fairly quick pace.
Yeah.
A lot of this is about moving forward quickly. So last two cards are two cards of advice, just to give a little bit more information. So you have the Page of Wands reversed. So a nice dichotomy to your Knight of Wands. Your Knight is like, yes, I'm ready to go into battle. Let's do this. Your Page is a little bit more of, well, this is some stuff that I don't quite know how to deal with, but you know what? I'm just going to go into it with some enthusiasm and some good ideas and see where it takes me, and really making sure that you're listening to what you're passionate about. There's not much in this reading about emotions. There's not much in this reading about needing to take time and process. This is a forward moving read. And even in getting the page where it's like, okay, I may not know exactly what I'm doing, and I may need to be a little bit cautious and a little bit take a little bit more time with things to make sure I learn what's going on. It's still all about going towards what is going to make you thrive. And then your very last card is the World, which is another amazing card. That means that really things are on your side. You've got a lot of opportunities around you, and even with the momentum that you personally have, that's just good favor. That means that you have a lot of things going right in your world, and that is going to help carry you far.
Awesome.
So this is a really nice optimistic read about just...
That's exactly what I need.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, there's really, the only big negative cards were at the very beginning of the read. Everything else is pretty much a predominant, like, nice, yes, things are going well, and the way that you're handling things are what's important to you, and that's what matters. So
it's very accurate.
This is a good moving forward reading.
Thank God. I need that.
Good.
It's been a little rough, so that's nice to hear.
Fair enough.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you again for this. That was really awesome, and I really like that.
Awesome.
that makes me feel really good,
I'm
about
glad.
everything that's going on. And especially that beginning stuff was very accurate.
Fantastic.
That's I'll tell you, explain that story off camera. But okay, that is it for this video. If you guys liked it, please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and turn on my post notifications so you never miss a post. All of their information will be in the description below, so go check them out.
Hit me up.
Yeah, do it. Seriously, they're amazing. But yeah, that's it. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Binks, come on.
Binks said bye too.
Yeah.
Look at that. Binksy said bye. That's so cute.
He does this in